testimony. Now I recognize myself for questions for 5 minutes. Dr. Shetty, you've testified that one of the potential barriers to biomanufacturing is public acceptance of these products and sometimes concerns that come up. Can you discuss that a little, both the concerns and how to address them? And I really would invite all of you, I think you've all addressed that a little bit, but how we can best proceed in this and not, and address some of the more alarming reactions in a informed and scientific way.
Absolutely. Thank you for the question, Chairwoman. Thank you for the question, Chairwoman Comstock. It's interesting. To date, biotechnology has largely been behind the scenes, right? People are not always aware that the foods they eat, the medicines they take are made with the products of biotechnology. However, I think we're seeing a shift. As the technologies are improving, more and more consumer-facing products are coming out onto the marketplace. So Ginkgo's cultured rose is an example. I also alluded to others in my testimony. So animal-free versions of milk, of meat, and there are companies making spider silk using yeast and spinning that into jackets. So a Japanese company named Serber is partnering with North Face to bring out a spider silk jacket that's currently touring Japan. So I think what you're going to see over the next few years is that biotechnology is going to be interacting more and more directly with the consumer. And this is going to drive a shift in attitudes naturally. And with that shift in attitudes, you're going to see a greater public acceptance of these kind of technologies. That being said, we continue to have a responsibility to ensure transparency in our sector. So, there are obviously a lot of concerns around, what does the supply chain look like for the products I buy? Should I be seeing certain labels on my foods or the products I buy? I think really a lot of those conversations really stem for a desire for information, a desire for knowledge. And what I'm excited about actually is that through biotechnology, we can actually increase the transparency of our supply chains. If my yeast are growing these products in a fermenter in the middle of Iowa, it's a lot easier for me to understand where exactly the products I'm buying at the grocery store come from. And so, in short, I would suggest that we're seeing a transformation happen as the tools get better and better. More and more consumer-facing products are going to be coming out into the market and drive a change in attitudes.
If I could just chime in
Yes.
quickly to be the devil's advocate, I think in the past, and I agree with much of what you said, Dr. Shetty, I would argue that academic scientists who I'm familiar with we have not done a great job in communicating to the public what it is we do and why it is so vitally important. I think that's changing now, but a lot of what you see in the newspapers are sort of fear-based, sort of newsworthy items. You never hear about the success stories that are also going on, and actually are much more abundant. So I think we just need to be sensitive to the public, in large part being uninformed properly to what it is we do. And we're all, myself as well as companies, until recently have not really dealt with that. In my view, we can do a better job of showing the great things that this powerful set of technologies can in fact do.
Okay. Well, thank you very much, and I will now yield to Mr. Lipinski for 5 minutes.